This is the most luxurious modern mansion in UK supposedly, and I'm gonna critique it. Do you know why? Because I'm the how to buy a mansion guy. I critique mansions, I buy mansions for my clients. Let's get the show started. Okay, this guy's bought a new drone. He's really getting carried away with these, roller coaster moves. Hang in there.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Luxury Home Show. I'm Jazz, we've got Tom behind the camera, and today we're going to be taking you inside one of the most...
Alright, I love one-story homes. If you follow the channel, you're a subscriber, you know this. Now, I wanted to do a one-story home, and a lot of people have asked UK homes, so this is in, somewhere close to between Manchester and Liverpool by the sea. I don't know the location really well, but I thought it's a really grand one-story home. It has plenty of flaws, and we're going to cover it. But I like the way it sits on the lot. Look at this backyard. You have a pretty good setback from your neighbor on this side. A little bit of a tighter setback on this side, but that's really your garage. So lot utilization is pretty good. Now, I can tell you this is most likely southwest facing from the shadows. This is shot in the afternoon, right? The sun is coming from setting on the west, and that's east, and that should be north, so it's south facing. That's really, really important because in England, you're higher up closer to the North Pole, and it becomes more and more important as you go higher, closer to the North Pole to be south facing, especially in England, where you have a really low cloud cover, and south facing properties get a lot more sun. But what's really funny here is how many solar panels you need in England to actually, have the electricity to run this house. In California, where I live, in Los Angeles, we know 1/4 of these amount of solar plants will take care of this, house for electricity. You don't need this many solar plants, but you get a lot more direct sun. It's a lot less cloudy. But for me, it's interesting because I've never seen so many solar panels on a roof, because in California, we just don't need it. Let's get down to it.
We're in the historic coastal town of Lytham, which is within an hour's drive from Liverpool, Manchester and the Lake District, and only 5 minutes away from a private airport. Now, this unique modern architectural masterpiece...
Okay, it's not a masterpiece, but what is a modern architecture? Modern architecture is normally associated with straight lines, right? And this one certainly delivers in this. It's definitely modern, but modern also needs to do something else, in my opinion. Modern is constantly evolving. So the modern style 30 years ago looks very different than the modern today. And I think I can give some credit here to this architect, where it has really simplified the facade, where there's not many elements. I mean, the part that the wall and the glass kind of merge together is very seamless. And the facade in the beginning, the front is pretty, grand. And it's pretty impressive to have this much of a grandeur for a one-story home, which I personally love a lot, and we're going to talk about one-story homes in my channel a lot, and I really wanted to cover this property for that sake. But I can say, in a way, this property has pushed the envelope in its own tiny little way, where it has really simplified the facade. Now, we'll talk about the frontage and approach next.
It's worth over £10 million. It's 4-bed, 9-bath and WC, and it has over 12,600 square feet of interior space, and it's sat on a very private 1-acre plot. It truly is one of a kind here in the UK, and architect 𝗕𝗓 has spent the last 3.5 years watching his blueprints and ideas come to life. He's designed this home to the highest of specifications and has made no compromises. So if you want a luxury home built to this incredible standard, we're going to leave his details down in the description below for you guys to check out. But we're going to get started and show you the front of the property in a bit more detail. How incredible is this, Tom?
Tons of room.
Absolutely huge. So
look, beautiful frontage, right? But a little bit plain. I mean, they could have used more grass. They could have been some sort of a fountain in the beginning, or a grass patch where, grass really easily grows in England. There's plenty of rain. And I don't know, the landscaping is pretty weak. It's a little too busy for me, and none of the plants are really delivering. I'm not looking for pine trees in England. I think it would have been nicer if they would have maybe put 2 beautiful trees on each side of the window, continued with the symmetry, instead of making it busy like this, because I just personally don't like it. And I think there's too much flooring in the driveway. You had to incorporate some grass in there to make it nicer, but overall the setback is really good. There's not much of a driveway, but a good frontage and a good decent approach.
Starting off where Tom is, we've got the electric sliding gate, which really makes this home feel super private. If we make our way this way, we've got 2 charging points for your electric cars, adding to that really eco-friendly feel this house has. You'll see more of that as we go inside. Down there,
there's a privacy issue. Now, this house completely looks into your front yard. You have to check to see if they also look into the backyard. That could be a major concern. But, you know, it's funny because the hedging is on the other property, but on this property, there is no hedging. So you could potentially fix it, but you certainly want to cover that. You don't want people in the second story look into your even front yard. That's a negative for 10 million quids of a property.
Double car garage. We've also got loads of room for another one. You could have like a glass box.
So you couldn't really make a turn in that garage. So if you do drive in, you have to back out of it. It's a negative.
Yeah, we spoke to Ben, and he was saying it'd be a great addition to the property to have a glass box garage extension so that you could see your classic car from outside.
Oh, that would just fit in with the house so well as well, with all the glass. I like all the plants and the trees we've got outside, kind of contrast that really modern, striking look it has.
Yeah, great big fence around the edge of the plot as well.
Front of the property is absolutely crazy. We've got this Constantino decked on cladding with the shadow joints. It's not your typical render or red brick.
Absolutely
it's just
not.
Spot on.
One of a kind.
One of a kind. We've got the Skyframe glass windows all around, and then if you come here...
Yeah, the worst thing about here is the landscaping and lack of grass on the driveway. Overall, the building itself is pretty simple. I wouldn't have used these materials, but you know, gives the modern vibe.
We actually have this incredible Skyframe door. It's 4 meters high, the largest they've ever built. And
put your hands up so we can see how big it is. It's 2 Jazz's tools.
I look tiny. But yeah, we're gonna head on inside and take you in. We're in the property now. We're gonna take a second to pop a quick floor plan up so you guys can...
Okay, the floor plan is really important. Can you spot the flaw right here? I do this in my channel. If you're a subscriber, you know this. I pause it and you try to find out the flaw. So I'm gonna count 3, 2, 1. You have 3 bedrooms on the front, only the primary facing the backyard. You had 12,000 square foot of living space and you couldn't achieve that. That's a major negative. Why would you set up 3 of the bedrooms? Pretty much all your kids are going to be facing the motor court of the property, which is not pretty, and you're the only one facing out. Now, it comes with the shape of the property. They decided to put the pool indoor, and we're going to talk about indoor outdoor pools in UK, if it's okay, if you should put it on the outside. But it's really it's what's taking the area out of the bedrooms, where you're forced to put the bedrooms here because you've decided to put the swimming pool on this wing. What I've seen really work well with one-story homes is an L-shape or a U-shaped property, or kind of an open V-shaped property. Kind of a W shape, shall we say, where you put 1 primary bedroom and 2 bedrooms on one side, then you got in the middle, you got the living spaces, then you got the office, gym, guest bedrooms on the other wing of the property, right? Now, this is kind of there, but it's not. We'll talk more about it later in the video.
How insane is this? We've got huge ceiling heights, this Venetian plastering all over the house, which you're going to see more of, and it is absolutely gorgeous. We've got the porcelain tiles on the floor.
This is a major issue. In Dubai, for example, you see a lot of beige, a lot of sand color. They pull the inspiration from the outside. Now, it gets boring after seeing that over and over in all the Dubai properties, where you see that light brown beige color everywhere. But it's understandable, right? And it's a neutral color. It blends in. It has a good contrast with green, which if you put plants inside, it plays. What doesn't work in UK is pulling inspirations from the shitty clouds that you're constantly covered. Why? I don't understand why so many times in almost all UK properties I see gray interiors. Just because it's the first thing that comes to mind for inspiration, you know, the gray clouds that are really low, it feels like you have low ceilings on top of you. That doesn't mean you should use that as an inspiration, because you see it outside. Why would you pull that in? This property would have felt way more cozy homey, and warm if they would have done wood floors on this property, and they just haven't. They've decided to bring the outside inside, and a massive mistake. If you live in England, please stop doing this. Please stop using grays. I know it's been in there for the longest time, but it needs to stop because it's just the wrong thing to pull from the outside.
And you can see how symmetrical this is. But now we're coming into the open plan living area, and I'm going to show you this lounge area first. So it's sunken down, and we've got a 100-inch TV. Shameless plug. Go subscribe if you haven't already, guys. But yeah, just to put it in perspective, it's huge. We've got a gorgeous seating area here. Feels really cozy in this part, don't you think?
Definitely.
And then we've got 3 windows up the top here.
Look, I wouldn't say it feels cozy at all because the property actually has fantastic scale. And there is a way to make the property cozy even with really great scale for this. For a 1-story home, it's amazing. You got amazing volume. This room is all open. You need to warm it up. You need to use wood floors to warm it up, not grays. This looks very industrial to me. Just the gray couches, gray backdrop behind the TV, very industrial looking also, and gray floors. It's just completely the wrong palette to go by to give that warmth feeling, when if you would have used wood floors, white, green plants in the interior, you would have really brought that warmth inside, and the volume would have kind of diffused how big the ceiling heights are and this open the spaces. You could have really made it a lot more homier.
We allow kind of a natural airflow into the property just to get that ventilation. We've got the feature Venetian plastering on the wall as well, and it looks gorgeous. And then we've got room here for a nice pool table.
Let's talk about the wow factor when you walk in. Can you see it? Can you see the flaw within the wow factor? Look, they've put some statues, which is questionable, horses in the background, but that's up to your taste. But it has actually given a focal point, right, to the view, something that draws your view. What I really don't like is this fake grass cubes that they've put around the, sunken fireplace. It optically really breaks the smoothness of how that should have been flush with the ground. The whole point you had a sunken fireplace is to have it flush with the ground, and then you built something around it. You took it away. You could have just built seating around on the upper floor. Why would you do that, right? That's a total mistake. But overall, the depth of the yard is fantastic. I mean, it's kind of a diamond-shaped lot, right? It opens up. You're sitting on 1 acre flat. I think really looking at the lawn, just the grass itself is luxury, and it portrays wealth and abundance. I really like that. And obviously it's all pocket windows and doors and opens up, indoor-outdoor flow, very good.
With ambient lighting, I think it's personalized because it matches the kitchen too, and we're going to show you that shortly. But I'm just going to take you out here. I'm going to pop my shoes on quickly. Wow, so those porcelain tiles carry on out through into this outdoor space. We've got shelter above me with
Look at all the grays. There's grays in the primary bedroom again, grays on the floor and grays on the ceiling. Idiotic, completely idiotic if you live in England. Why would you do this? It's a horrible choice. You should have completely turned this around. I mean, and it's brand new construction. It's really a shame because it's a pretty decent property. 2
lounge spaces, and then we come out into this insane fire pit. So it's sunken down. You could easily fit about 20 people down here. We have the fireplace that would come on here, water feature all around, and the most awesome part is that in these hedges you actually have...
See, you just went down to make it flush, right? Otherwise, why would you make it a sunken fireplace? The whole thing is so optically it will look flat with the backyard. And then you put fake plant to cover the speakers. You just took it out. Again, idiotic. Big mistake.
Party life here it's pretty good.
Yeah, definitely.
But if I come on back up, just get a bit of a look of how awesome the architecture really is in this home. But we're going to head on through this way. The garden's really pristine as well. We've got nice lawn space. We've got that composite fence that kind of runs all the way around.
Okay, what's missing here? A swimming pool. Look, optically again, having a pool next to the grass is amazing. Now you're, British guy saying, Arvin, it's quite rainy out here. Look, I get it. It's also very rainy in Seattle. It's also very rainy and cold in Hamptons. But that doesn't mean we don't put a pool outside. There's something called pool covers, right? You can put a pool cover, you can use it. You need to stop being a wanker, basically what I'm saying in England. Put your pools outside. When you have an acre, you can put a pool outside. Yes, maybe you have to, it might rain a lot, but so what? You're already wet, you're in the water. You don't need an indoor pool. Have a little bit of confidence. Don't try to hide your swimming pool inside, and you just spend another like maybe 3,000-4,000 square foot of living space to put an indoor pool. For a property like this, an absolute necessity to put an outdoor pool when you have this much backyard. And we're going to look at the pool. That's not a fun pool for the kids. It's a good pool for the parents to do laps, but again, if it's even raining, you can still do laps on the outdoor pool if it's warm.
Around the property, so it's not easily worn down like wood would be, and we've got a lot of security systems such as a laser beam out here as well, so pretty high tech.
Absolutely.
But here we have the outdoor kitchen space. We've got
idiotic 2 tables like this. There should be 1 wood table going this way. The brown of the wood would contrast really well with the grass. Big mistake.
A whole outdoor kitchen, right?
Well, that's pretty hefty.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on, I'll show you the actual kitchen. So I'm just gonna pop my shoes off and head in. It's worth noting that the sky frame doors actually run all. Okay,
great space. I really like the dining table, interesting stone, and I love the double island. I love this cantilever bar sticking out from one of the islands. Very good use of space. It looks into the whole backyard and the dining room and the living areas. I just hate the color palette. Again, they've decided to go dark black and bronze. They've got the palette right. It works. This palette works together, but I just think it's a completely wrong palette for the location. You want to be earthy, you want to be green, you want to be zen. You don't want to be industrial, dark, and masculine. My personal opinion, you could disagree. I wouldn't care though.
All along here, so they open up. They're electric as well, so what we have to do is push a little button and they open up. Anyway, here we have a nice dining table. We've got the double aspect, which really helps frame this big table in the middle. Once again, we've got the plastering above. And yeah, it's worth noting that the guy who actually designed this and did it actually went into Sheikh Mohammed's house and did all of his plastering, which is really cool. And he designed it all himself, freehand, just straight from his brain.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Look at this. This, if it was wood covered, it would have looked so much nicer. It would have warmed the space so much better.
Now, this is probably my favorite thing in this house, isn't it?
Yeah, Jazz is loving this.
How awesome is this? So like the rest of the kitchen, it was bespokely fitted by
Right idea, wrong color.
𝗕𝗏. We've got a champagne sink in here, normal sink, and yeah, it's just a great little addition, I think. We've got storage under here as well as a dishwasher, soft touch opening. But yeah, anyway, so we're gonna come over here now into the kitchen. As you can probably see, we have 2 islands. We're going to start at this one. So we have a breakfast bar here. You'll notice the rose gold. So we've got it on the 𝗂𝗏 taps, the breakfast bar. We've got these lips all along, which have it as well, and on the 𝗕𝗏𝗃 appliances. So this is all personalized. I think it looks incredible, isn't it, Tom?
Yeah, absolutely.
We've got 2 wine coolers on this side.
Doesn't it look weird that above the kitchen cabinets, they just kind of look sticked out and there's just a wall behind it? It just doesn't look homey. The spacing above it is empty, and they've put some painting, whatever they've added to it, but it just looks weird to me that it's sticking out and there's like an empty space above it.
And I like the different textures in here. So here we've got the frosted glass countertops. This one here, the breakfast, is a bit more metallic. And then we've got the more glossy units over here. We've got the fridge just here, which is actually a kind of, you just tap it and it opens up.
Wow.
And then tap it again and it closes like that.
Gizmos.
Yeah. Yep, and then we've got another wine cooler here, but there's so much storage in here.
I like how it opens up again. Again, it looks probably cold to you guys because of the color, but if you warm this up, it would look so much nicer. It would look so much warmer and homey and cozier. And I want you to pay attention to also the hallways. Great width, great scale. You can make this space look so much warmer and friendlier.
The bore venting hob as well, meaning all that is just sucked through there. There's no eyesore extractor fan above.
Let's go and check that out.
Yeah.
Because that is so cool.
So we have these 4-meter high bubble walls.
Yeah.
And they've got the lights in them. They look really cool at night time, don't they?
And they also make such a satisfying sound. Just go with you close with your mic. The bubbles.
Bubbles.
Nice.
Is the property so bad. It reminds me of one of those things, you know, when you push, when you were a kid, there are balls in the water, you push and the balls have to fall into the basketball or score a goal or something. So it's just 10 million quids. And you're talking about plastic. It's not an art piece. It's not an art piece. You're really cheaping out the rest of the house.
Going to walk you through this. There's a lot to cover. Right next to Jazz, we have a changing room facility, shower and toilet, as well as some benches for changing.
Do you see all the grays and silver? Like, what are you thinking? You're in UK, you know? Even when in California, we don't get inspired by gray. How did you get inspired by gray? Didn't you want to, you know, go south of Europe for vacation? Why would you want to reinforce what's negative over there?
We've got this 25-meter long swimming pool. It's absolutely
fantastic pool. I love it. I love doing laps. It's amazing. I just don't think kids would really enjoy it. This pool should have been outside. This area should have been bedrooms, game room, movie theater. You're using a lot of square footage of the house when I don't see any problem where you having a swimming pool in the UK. I think what the designer really got wrong is that a lot of times people don't put swimming pools on the exterior in the yard because they don't have the land. When you have the land, you just need a pool cover. You're fine. It's okay if it rains. It is what it is. I mean, there are plenty of houses in Seattle that have swimming pools. In Hampton, almost every house has a swimming pool. You don't need to go inside. You should have used this square footage much, much nicer. And to that, my point, 12,000 square foot of living space and you only have 4 bedrooms. And we're going to see how big actually these bedrooms are because you might be disappointed.
We've got the stretched ceiling above it. Actually had to be heated up, and then as it got colder, it sort of contracted and got really tight above. And yeah, it gives it that kind of illusion of a wobble, which looks really cool, right?
Yeah.
We've got these niches here with the ambient lighting, which looks amazing, going all the way down. And we have these drains because the water level is completely flush with the side of the pool. So when you hop in and the water comes out into these drains, it's actually redistributed. So if your whole family was in the pool, it would sort of store the water until you got out, put it all back in again, so you didn't have to keep refilling, which is very, very clever. And then we have a little plant room in here, a walk-in shower in this one, and we've got this steam room in here. Now this steam room actually has a translucent ceiling, so semi-translucent, there's LEDs above it, shining the light through, and it creates a really nice ambient ceiling. Yeah, we've got a glass window this side looking out into the garden, and yeah, just loads and loads of seating with speakers in here as well. This would be my nighttime and morning routine if I lived here. Just come straight in, little workout in the pool, in the steam room. Okay, so now we're gonna head on round. We've got some more to show you, including this jacuzzi hot tub. So the coolest thing about this hot tub is it actually sort of starts at a lukewarm temperature, but when you press one of these buttons just here, it starts to heat up. So if you're doing some lengths in the pool, you can press that button before you finish, and by the time it's there, it's ready and it'll be super warm for you, but it sort of saves energy. You don't have to heat it all the time, and you don't need a cover, which is great. Now we're going to walk along and go inside this gym space. So it's an incredibly well-equipped gym in here. We've got the rubber flooring, just like you'd expect in a gym. We've got the mirrored walls that side as well. Glass on 2 aspects, well, kind of 3 aspects of this room. So you've got a great view of the pool and also the garden. We've got the TV here, sort of set into the wall, looking nice and seamless. But yeah, awesome gym. We've also got Tyson Fury trunks in there too. This is pretty cool. I know I'm a fan. Now we've got loads and loads of seating areas towards the back of the property. Going to kind of run through all of them. So yeah, loads of lounge.
Even grey furniture. It's like...
And speaking of sun, we also have loads of solar panels on the roof as well.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, this is really, this is for me the first time to see like if you actually have warmer climate, how a lot less solar panels can do the entire job. But for a place in London or in England, you would have to have this many to get the job done. It's pretty interesting, actually.
Creates a lot of energy. You can actually charge your vehicles out the front from the energy used and stored, yeah, from the solar panels,
Yes.
which is awesome.
Worth noting that the property is fully self-sufficient.
Yes, air source heat pumps the lot. We've got underfloor heating throughout as well, so it powers that. We're going to head in through the principal suite though. So we're going to head into this ensuite. Now, the colour palette in here, I'm personally a massive fan of. Really dark, moody.
I'm not surprised that probably a single guy who's a fan of, you know, darker masculine colors. Again, a huge miss. I think you know, this is for a husband and wife. In my experience, I've seen feminine colors do a lot better, especially in primary bathrooms. Again, this is like, to me, it's more of a bachelor's bathroom than a family bathroom.
Got a standalone bath here and loads of incredible tiling. Now the tiling in here actually took about 3.5 weeks for a team to finish because it was just so meticulously crafted. You can notice that this grout line I'm pointing at up here is actually the same all the way around. So this wall drain set into the wall, this whole tile here was actually dropped down below the wall, and so the same amount of millimeters had to be cut off the bottom of all the other tiles to keep it all in line.
Of course. It's like, yes, and the floor is also level. Okay, yeah, you got to pay more for that. Come on, man.
So that grout line did match up. We've got this insane bubble wall behind me. Jazz is like going mental with her eyes. Yeah.
Another cheap bubble zone. You're really cheaping out your product.
Insane, just like in the other room, but how cool would it be, right? You're having a shower and you've got this to just sort of look at. Very, very relaxing, I think. But yeah, insane. Really impressed. We're gonna head on through into the principal suite now.
So this is the primary bedroom. It's the only bedroom that looks into the backyard. Major negative.
So slightly different color palette in here, but again with that Venetian plaster. We've got sort of more desert tones almost, like a sandy feel, which looks great. The double aspect windows that go all the way out into the garden, you can open those out, and you can do the same with these blinds. You can imagine waking up in the morning, them opening up to that beautiful garden. Insane. This niche behind the bed too is another crazy detail. Handcrafted, hand cut, massive.
Horrible palette. Again, they actually pull it off. No, they get the palette right. Everything works together, but it's just a horrible choice of colors.
Niche section, and it looks so seamless, so well done. We've got the coffered ceiling again with the ambient lighting. There's just such a nice mood throughout all the rooms. Even this circular mirror has the ambient lighting all the way around it. Incredible. We've got aircon in here too. I'm going to head down this corridor. There's actually a skylight above, bringing in loads of light through here too. But now we're going to go back through into the entrance hall.
Did you notice what this primary suite missed? Didn't have any closets. Where the hell is the closet? It doesn't have a closet. If in the beginning of the video you spotted that, as well as the location of the bedrooms, you got to give yourself an extra pat in the back. You're wicked.
Okay, yeah, keep coming along. Gonna go through this doorway. We haven't seen.
Do you see how weird this door looks like going in there? How this wall sticks out? Like, architecturally speaking, interior spaces, that's a flaw. Like, it shouldn't stick out like that. It should have been a door that opens up, right? This should have been flat. This little stick out area where it backs up to the cabinet is a flaw of the property.
I get so excited in this house, it's crazy. Okay. So through here, first room, we've got like a utility space. It's like a different access point to the property as well. So if you wanted to kind of bring your shopping back through this way rather than having to go in through the kitchen, that would be ideal. You can just open that door up.
Yeah, it's another sky frame door as well with the frosted glass.
Exactly, so it opens all the way up, and this is where your double car garage is.
I love the way they say garage. Garage. Garage.
Side access, loads and loads of parking there. Yeah, awesome. Hip height washing machines as well, really, really useful. This house looks...
Yeah. Washing machines are very useful. I agree.
It's incredible, but the thing that struck me as being quite insane is how functional it is, you know? Now, I think it's worth showing you this. Normally, we might not show you things like this in the tours, but This is essentially the house's brain. So this is where all of the 𝗕𝗏𝗏 and 𝗕𝗏𝗏 lighting systems, heating, everything like that is controlled from, and it's all wired up to do exactly what the clients wanted. Very, very neat. Gone overboard, really.
There's apparently over 40 kilometers worth of wires and stuff.
Picture that. That's mental. Okay, now we've got another guest bedroom in here, the large guest bedroom with, again, the Venetian plaster. This one's kind of polished, a little bit darker. Looks really nice. Got the silent gliss blinds again in here. Porcelain tiles that go all the way throughout. And interesting thing about this bed, it's so heavy that they actually had to get a custom carpet fitted and cut all the way around because they couldn't lift the bed up. Now, you're wondering why it's heavy? Let me show you. How insane.
That's so stupid. Like, unnecessary. You could have achieved that in so many different ways.
This house has got all of the gadgets. It's so, so cool.
Let's just have a look at that from what it'd be like from the bed.
Yeah, so you're chilling in your bed. You sat watching. How cool.
Yeah.
How convenient.
What movie would you watch on there, guys? Leave in the comments below.
Yes, for sure. Right, now, into the bathroom. Again with that sky frame window, frosted, sort of giving you some more privacy in the bathroom. Again with the black theme. Interesting thing about this bathroom, this is one whole tile.
Yeah.
These are not tiles. I believe they're slabs of stone. I mean, I would be surprised the tile is that big, and you know, the owners would kill you for calling this tile. But yeah, and he's really impressed by the fact that it's really big, and in a 10 million quid property, it better be.
All the way up there, one whole tile, same as here. Jazz, if you sort of poke your head in, you can see in these niches here, there's no cuts. There's no, it's not half a tile. This is one, well, two tiles here. Lots of arm movements going on right now. But yeah, insane. You couldn't have cut this on a bench, so they had to actually put it up, and they'd cut it all in place along with the drawings just to make sure everything is millimeter perfect. The attention to detail, whoo, insane. Okay, now we've got another bedroom in here. So another great size.
Look at this bedroom. 12,000 square foot, acre lot, and you get this really narrow bedroom, again, which looks into the front gate.
Now, this is really interesting in this bedroom here. You almost have this illusion of a double aspect window, but this side here, as you can probably see, is a
Yeah, they had to do that because it was so narrow.
mirror, right? So, how insane. But this Venetian plaster is actually carried on through the walls of the skylight, which is a really, really nice touch. TV embedded into the wall, sort of floating style bed here.
Yeah, even the bedside tables are floating, and the dresser in front of you.
And the ambience around, giving it that glow, works perfectly with the plaster. At night time, all the shadows casted, amazing. Now we've got bathroom in here, similar style to the other ones with the sort of white marble theme in here. Yeah, massive amounts of tiling, sort of recessed ceiling, so the ambient lighting comes down. We've got those 𝗖𝗍𝗄𝗎 lights up above, keeping it nice and bright in here. We've also got these 𝗕cie tap units and the push plates on the toilet. In here we've got like a brushed steel look. We've had some dark black looks and rose gold as well.
But none of those finishes were luxury. I mean, that was tile for sure, this one. That was not natural stone. And it's just none of the finishes were at all luxury or ultra luxury. So the 10 million quid is just, you're starting questioning, you know, what kind of finishes did you use here?
Similar material palette, different colours. Very nice use of that. So let's head through and show you that last bedroom. Yeah, Jazz just went like that. Yeah, this is crazy.
It's pretty funky, isn't it?
So many cool pieces throughout this property. But we're going to keep on moving on and show you some of the rooms that we went past in the entrance hall. Okay, so first one.
So this is not normal to have a foyer where there are doors open. You remember that old school video game where like you have to go through doors, and if you go open the wrong door, someone's gonna hit you in the head? Like, it reminds me of that. Like, this is not proper layout planning and architectural style. I mean, they got the scale right, but this is so weird to have 4 doors, 2 on each side of the foyer opening. It just, again, it shows that the architect didn't have good experience and forethought and know exactly how to lay out the entrances to different rooms that would look properly and normal, because this is not normal.
Again, with that dark sort of marble theme, this is such a moody room. This is the rose gold sort of push plates and yeah, taps that I was talking about. We've also got this incredible, almost false ceiling above, which creates a great ambience. Yeah, looks incredible. Okay.
For example, just like a powder room would be understandable by the front door, but you just don't open up a door flush with the wall. You kind of create a little hallway entrance, give it a little bit of space where you can walk into it, and then you open the door. Not just the door sticking on the walls of the, foyer. It's not how you do it.
Across the hallway we have a study. We're not going to show you that, some personal bits in there, so we're going to head straight through into the next bedroom.
So strange. Again, just straight off foyer, bedroom open. You have to give it a hallway, right? You could have given one hallway to the powder room and a bedroom, and it would have looked a lot cleaner. This is just so exposed, so raw. It's a very raw layout where there's not much thought gone into it. Just putting a bedroom on the front door, the first door to your right is a bedroom when you enter, stupid. And then the fact that the bedroom is facing the foyer is just horrible. Like, I don't get it.
This is what I was mentioning before. It's essentially, it is a mirror of the room that we just showed you in there, and we have this mirror here as well behind the blinds. Thank you very much, Jazz.
Because it's also super narrow.
Welcome.
So from outside the property, as you sort of walk past, it looks like you're peering in through to the other room through this window, but it's actually just a reflection. So it's a really cool.
Yeah, we got it, dude. We got it.
Optical illusion.
It's very clever.
Yeah, and then we've got the same Venetian plaster again, and it's up in the skylight above. And yeah, we've got the sort of Lutron control panels so that you can turn all the lightings. That's what Jazz and myself have been pressing all the blinds with throughout this property. It's really convenient. Means that you can access all the lights from one room or even in the house without having to sort of press every one of them, which is great. Similar sort of marble theme in here that we saw in the other bathroom with the niches cut as well. Super seamless. Love how the grout lines really match up with the edge.
Again, over here they should have used a single slab, and it shouldn't, so he's actually pointing out to a flaw.
So we've got one nice long cut rather than loads of little bits. It's just those little things that just, show the difference between that premium price and the standard finish.
Premium price.
But yeah, this place is far from standard.
Did you notice a closet? I didn't see a closet in that room. Let's go back. Let's take a look. I don't think there's a closet.
Now we're going to go across the hallway and we're going to check out this lounge space. Now, this is more of an informal lounge, I'd say. Feels a lot more cozy in here than it did.
Again, this could have been an office, right? But they've made it a living room. Again,
awesomely placed sofas right in front of that humongous TV, and they even recline like so. This is definitely the room that you'd sort of sit and watch the game in, I think. Get a bit of privacy.
Got little charging points in there as well.
Yeah, inside the sofa. Mental, right? Now, one of the coolest things about this room is what's behind this wall. Now, you can't see it, but we've actually got an insane amount of speakers behind here that just, the sound system is incredible. Yeah, really cool idea. We've also got this gas fire under here, super high tech. With the Control 4 system, you could literally access all of these bits from wherever you are. You don't even need to be in the property. So you could turn on lights, heating, whatever, and not be at home, which is really, really convenient. We've got great ambient lighting around the skirting in here as well with LEDs. Aircon in here too, and an incredible view all the way down to the end of the pool. So you can sit in here watching TV and see all the way through there. At night time when it's all lit up, again, even better. Yeah, it's absolutely incredible. So I think we should head back through into the garden and have a look at the back of the property one last time. Should we meet them there?
Yeah.
Let's do it. See you there, guys. We've let the sun go down a little bit so that you guys can see this property at its best. I think it truly comes to life at night with all of these lights on. Yeah, it just looks absolutely stunning, but that does wrap up the tour.
So it's funny because I wanted to show you guys a good one-story home, and this was just horrible. Look, it has a lot of flaws, right? I think the scale is really good, the ceiling heights, the width, except the bedrooms. But this is, to me, it happened how they first decided to put where the kitchen and the formal living area and the dining room and the swimming pool and the primary, and then everything else was an afterthought, where the bedrooms didn't make sense, the entrance to the bedrooms didn't make sense. Also, they got inspiration from the clouds in, you know, United Kingdom, which is a really wrong place to get inspiration. Even though they got the colors within the palette right, they got the whole color scheme wrong, where it doesn't make you feel like earthy. It doesn't make the house feel like a place where you would want to spend a lot of time in. It just makes it look cold and industrial. Now, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, I react to a lot of different house and mansion tours. Subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys in the comment section. Take care.